Deep in a stretch of rainforest untouched by roads or satellites, the night air hummed with a quiet, ancient rhythm. A young explorer named Liam stood at the edge of an uncharted valley, staring into the darkness below. He had come here chasing rumors, whispers of a creature no scientist had ever documented. The villagers called it the shadow that breathes, a name spoken so softly it felt forbidden. After months of planning, he had finally stepped into the heart of its world. The moon slipped behind a curtain of clouds as Liam tightened his pack and descended into the valley. Leaves the size of shields brushed against him. The smell of moss, damp stone, and wild orchids filled the air. Every sound seemed magnified: the rustle of unseen wings, the crack of branches, the low murmur of the river. Here, he wasn't the one observing. He was the one being observed. Hours passed until he finally reached a clearing lit by pale moonlight. A massive tree stood at its center, older than anything he'd ever seen, its trunk scarred with deep claw marks. He knelt beside them, pressing his fingers along their edges. Fresh, whatever made these marks had passed through recently. A strange feeling traveled through him. Not fear, but the sense that he was about to step into a story older than humanity. As he examined the base of the tree, a low vibration filled the air. Not a sound, but a pulse. The insects stopped chirping. The leaves stilled. Even the wind seemed to retreat. Liam slowly turned, expecting an animal, but saw nothing. Only the thick tangle of shadows between the trunks. Then he noticed that the darkness wasn't still. It was breathing. A pair of amber eyes emerged from the gloom, hovering at the height of a man's chest. The creature stepped forward silently, its enormous paws sinking into the soil. It moved like a panther, but its body shimmered faintly, as if woven from shadows and moonlight. Long, curved horns arched from its skull, glowing with a faint, bluish radiance. Liam froze, not daring to breathe. He wasn't looking at a predator. He was looking at a legend. The creature circled him slowly, its eyes studying every inch of him. He expected aggression, but instead felt a strange calm settle over him. It stopped in front of him, inches away, and lowered its head. The horns glowed brighter. Liam felt a warmth spread through his chest, like a wordless question. "Why are you here?" He whispered the truth. He spoke of his search for meaning, for something real in a world of screens and noise. He told it he wasn't here to take, only to understand. The creature blinked once, then lifted its gaze toward the ancient tree behind them. It turned and walked to the trunk, placing one massive paw against it. The ground trembled as if the forest were waking. The tree split open silently, revealing a hollow tunnel leading downward. A faint golden light seeped out, illuminating roots that twisted like sculpted stone. The creature looked back at him, waiting. Liam knew he should be terrified, but curiosity pulled him forward. He followed it inside. The tunnel sloped deeper until it opened into a vast cavern glowing with bioluminescent vines. Pools of crystal water reflected swirling patterns of light. Strange flowers grew from the walls, their petals shifting. The cavern lay markings carved into the stone, ancient symbols describing cycles of seasons, births, extinctions, and rebirths of entire species. It was a living record of the jungle's memory. The creature approached the markings and pressed its horns gently against the center symbol. Light shot through the carvings, racing across the cavern walls. Images flickered. Liam saw hunters from centuries ago chasing animals that no longer existed, forests rising and falling, storms reshaping whole valleys. He saw the creature's lineage, guardians, not monsters, protecting the balance of life long before humans spoke their first words. Then the light shifted, showing something new. Machines, fires, collapsing trees, animals fleeing. The jungle was warning him. The balance was failing. The creature turned its eyes to him again, and for the first time he felt fear, not of the guardian, but of the message. He understood. The jungle wasn't dying from fate. It was dying from people. The visions faded. The cavern dimmed. The guardian stepped back, and the tunnel began to close. Liam hurried upward, emerging into the clearing just as dawn broke. The golden light bathed the valley, making everything seem newly born. The creature stood at the tree-line, watching him. It didn't roar. It didn't attack. It simply stared with a softness that felt like trust. Then, as silently as it had appeared, it dissolved back into the shadows. Liam stood alone, but felt the weight of a responsibility he had never asked for. The jungle had shown him its heart. Now it was his turn to protect it. He looked at the ancient tree one last time, then began his journey back through the forest, carrying a secret the modern world was not ready for. But somewhere behind him, hidden in the shifting veil of shadows, the guardian watched, waiting for the day he would return.